Imagine seeing thousands of people celebrate receiving permanent residence while you remain stuck in uncertainty, not because of any mistake on your part, but because the rules changed before you could apply. That is the risk many immigrants now face if they are not fully prepared for what Canada is planning in 2026. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates. Today's information directly impacts you whether you are already in Canada, working tirelessly on temporary status, or planning your journey from overseas with the hope of building a secure future. The Government of Canada has confirmed that new permanent residence pathways are coming in 2026, and those who prepare early could secure opportunities that others miss. Let's get started. The big change: why 2026 matters. Canada is preparing for a major shift in how newcomers transition to permanent residence. The newly approved Immigration Levels Plan, which spans 2026 to 2028, is focused on building a more sustainable immigration system that prioritizes long-term economic growth. New pathways are being created to reduce pressure on the temporary resident population and to provide better access to permanent residence for the workers and families who contribute to Canada every day. However, not everyone will benefit the same way. Government policy direction shows a clear intention to prioritize those who fill urgent labor needs. The goal is to make sure people who help keep hospitals running, build homes and infrastructure, transport essential goods, support food supply and manufacturing, and contribute to growing industries like technology and clean energy can stay in Canada permanently. If you are working legally in Canada, studying in a program that leads to a skilled career, applying from overseas in an occupation Canada needs, fluent in English or French, or already participating in essential work such as caregiving or skilled trades, you may find 2026 to be an ideal year to secure permanent status. If your occupation does not contribute directly to economic sustainability, gaining permanent residence may require stronger documentation or more strategic planning. Later in this video, a hidden rule will be revealed that could significantly affect your chances of being selected for permanent residence. Most people are not aware of it, and it can change outcomes dramatically. What exactly is changing? The Government of Canada has recognized that too many people are stuck in temporary situations with no pathway forward. At the same time, there are serious labor shortages across the country. Hospitals face staffing challenges. Construction companies struggle to find skilled workers. Transportation and delivery systems depend heavily on temporary foreign labor. Manufacturers need workers to sustain production. Agricultural and food processing sectors rely on a steady workforce to ensure food availability. To address these issues, the government is designing multiple new permanent residence pathways. One initiative is focused on workers already in Canada, particularly those with post-graduation work permits and employer-specific permits who have been contributing to their communities. A one-time allocation could allow as many as 33,000 temporary workers to become permanent residents between 2026 and 2027 if they meet the eligibility rules. Final regulations have not yet been published, so applicants must watch for official documentation from Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. Another set of pathways is being shaped for skilled workers overseas. Early indications show that some workers may qualify even without prior Canadian experience if their jobs support critical economic needs. This creates new opportunities for people who have not had access to Canadian study permits or job offers, especially those who work in healthcare, engineering, technology, manufacturing, construction, and logistics. Invitations through category-based selection are expected to continue, which means the most in-demand occupations will be prioritized. Who will benefit the most? Workers already in Canada are strongly positioned to benefit. Those who are employed full-time, paying taxes, maintaining status, and demonstrating settlement success may be placed at the front of the permanent residence line. Strong language abilities will help even more. Skilled workers outside Canada can also benefit, especially if their occupations are consistently in short supply. Housing construction requires more workers. Healthcare centers need nurses, personal support workers, and allied health professionals. Transportation and supply chain companies require truck drivers and logistics personnel. Technology firms need cybersecurity and software professionals. Clean energy projects require tradespeople and engineers who can build Canada's future infrastructure. Those who align with these national needs should begin preparing now. Key timeline. When will this happen? The rollout is expected to progress in stages. Public details for new pathways are likely to be released in early to mid-2026. Application intake will then begin later that year and continue through 2027 and beyond. The fast-track transition for temporary workers is planned for the years 2026 and 2027. The full implementation of these pathways is expected by the end of 2027 or into 2028. Exact dates are not yet finalized. Remaining alert and ready to act quickly will be essential. Application caps are highly likely, which means submitting early could be the difference between success and disappointment. Why the government is doing this? The government of Canada has repeatedly acknowledged that the country is aging and labor shortages are expanding rapidly. Economic growth depends on having enough workers, and gaps are already seen in healthcare, housing construction, public infrastructure, logistics, and industry. The government recognizes that temporary status alone does not keep workers in Canada permanently. People who contribute to the economy need long-term security in the form of permanent residence. Immigration will continue at strong levels, with approximately 380,000 permanent residents expected each year under the plan. However, more of those spots will now go to people who serve long-term labor needs and demonstrate their potential to succeed and remain permanently. The math. Why skilled immigrants win? Canada cannot sustain its economy or services without immigration. Hospitals will struggle to operate without more healthcare workers. Construction delays will worsen without skilled tradespeople. The ability to build more homes depends entirely on the availability of labor. Food distribution and manufacturing rely heavily on international workers. Without immigration, service levels and economic growth would fall sharply. This is why the portion of economic class admissions will rise to around 64% of all permanent residence spots by 2028. The people who keep the economy functioning will have the greatest access to long-term status. Those who do not work in essential or high-priority fields may still have options, but stronger credentials, better language results, and demonstrated settlement readiness may be required. Nothing is guaranteed until regulations are formally published. What you need to do now. Now is not the time to wait. Preparing early is the smartest strategy. If you are already in Canada, you should maintain valid status, stay employed, document your employment history clearly, improve language test scores, and follow provincial programs closely since provincial nominee pathways may align with the new structure. You should also prepare financially and avoid periods without work, as continuity helps demonstrate settlement success. If you are outside Canada, you should confirm whether your occupation aligns with Canada's future labor needs, organize all personal and professional documentation in advance, book language testing early, complete necessary credential assessments, and research regions with strong labor demand, including Atlantic Canada and rural provinces. Applying early in the intake period will be critical for competitiveness. A disclaimer is essential here. Final eligibility and program details will only be confirmed once Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada publishes full guidance. Some aspects of the plan may change as pathway rules are finalized. What most people do not realize. Even with new pathways approaching, competition will remain strong. Not every job will lead to permanent residence. Not every degree or diploma will align with labor needs. Not every temporary resident will advance simply because they are in Canada. Strategy will determine success. Proactive preparation will communicate value to the immigration system. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you are finding this information valuable. There is a significant shift taking place beneath the surface. The most important factor in upcoming permanent residence decisions will be the ability to demonstrate real and measurable contribution to Canada. Contribution will outweigh intention. Results will outweigh promises. Those already employed in critical services may see faster progress because they are actively supporting Canada's needs today. Skilled workers overseas may also experience quicker pathways if they have experience in sectors where workers are urgently needed. Meanwhile, applicants in fields with limited economic connection may find themselves needing stronger profiles to remain competitive. This direction is subject to official confirmation when regulations are released, but all signs point toward a dominant theme. Economic contribution will lead the path to permanent residence. Preparation, documentation, alignment with Canada's needs, and timing will determine who secures their future. Acting early may allow you to apply the moment the new pathways open, while others are still trying to catch up. Canada is shifting toward an immigration system that rewards the workers who help the country grow and thrive. Those with strong labor alignment and demonstrated contribution will benefit most. The best way to succeed is to prepare immediately by gathering documents, strengthening qualifications, and carefully aligning your plans with Canada's labor priorities. The upcoming changes will create real opportunities for individuals who are ready when the doors open. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and comment below with your questions. We reply to as many as we can. See you in the next video.